Welcome back to another explainer, our focused learners. Today, we are unpacking something absolutely massive. We're looking at Karen E. Sutherland's super comprehensive and honestly incredibly exciting guide to artificial intelligence in strategic communication. If you've been sitting there wondering how to actually use AI in your daily workflow without, losing your mind or your job, well, you are definitely in the right place.
Okay, let's dive into this because the stakes right now are literally sky high. Just look at the fiercely striking metaphors industry leaders are using to describe what we're living through at this very moment. Green Beardsell calls this technological leap the modern-day equivalent of Gutenberg's printing press. Think about that. Meanwhile, Dr. Kristalina Georgieva, the head of the IMF, warns of an impending tsunami when it comes to AI's impact on the job market. These aren't just your standard trendy buzzwords. They show just how massive and totally inescapable this shift really is.
And, if you think this tsunami is still miles out at sea, well, think again. 72%. That is the massive AI adoption rate among the 1,684 professionals surveyed in McKinsey's recent State of AI report. This proves that this AI wave isn't just some abstract academic theory. It is happening right now, on the ground, right in our offices. To put that sheer velocity into perspective, the computing power used to train these systems is doubling every 6 sweet months. The acceleration we are witnessing is just absolutely breathtaking.
So here is our super clear what, so what, now what roadmap for today. This way you'll feel perfectly stabilized and know exactly how we'll safely navigate these wild AI waves together. 1. The AI tsunami arrives. 2. Navigating the ethical minefield. 3. Integrating AI content tools. 4. Keeping humans in the loop. And 5. The future of communication. Section 1. The AI tsunami arrives. Let's set up the foundation of the adorable but formidable AI beast we are dealing with.
And this brilliantly illustrates the radiating, inescapable impact of AI adoption across the whole industry. See those red concentric circles? That represents the rapid, expanding reach of this tech. It started out deeply concentrated with just a few tech-savvy early adopters, but it is aggressively rippling out to the mainstream public. It's touching literally every single corner of strategic communication. There's just no avoiding this ripple effect. It hits strategy, content, and evaluation alike. Before we go any further, let's establish a really comfortable, solid baseline understanding of what we actually mean when we say AI. We're generally looking at two categories right now. First up is artificial narrow intelligence, or narrow AI. This represents our present task-specific tools, stuff programmed to do one specific job really well, like a simple chatbot or a recommendation algorithm. But the real game changer making all those massive ripples, that's generative AI. This is the technology that can dynamically create entirely new text, images, and video from vast datasets. Generative AI isn't just sorting existing information, it's actively creating it from scratch.
Section 2. Navigating the ethical minefield. Obviously, we have to acknowledge that with great generative power comes some genuinely scary pitfalls. We're facing some real-world ethical frictions here, guys. Remember, AI isn't perfect, and it desperately needs our careful human guidance. There is the huge threat of bias and discrimination baked right into the algorithms we rely on. We have severe privacy and data security concerns, especially if you're feeding proprietary company data into an open AI model. There are incredibly thorny copyright issues when AI scrapes existing creative work. Plus, there's the terrifying speed at which misinformation and disinformation can spread, along with completely valid job displacement fears. These aren't just theoretical debates. These are real, daily friction points we all have to deal with. And one of the biggest practical hurdles we face, the stark contrast between the sparkly reliability of human synthesis and AI's dangerous tendency to confidently just fabricate information. It's called an AI hallucination or confabulation. It will hand you a completely fake statistic or non-existent academic citation with absolute certainty. Let me ask you directly. How worried are you about accidentally publishing an AI hallucination under your brand's name? Because without safeguards, that is a massive reputational risk. Section 3. Integrating AI content tools. It is time to shift gears, feel empowered, and look at the actual tools and weapons we can use to tame this AI beast. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is this neatly categorized stack of the exact tools practitioners are successfully using today to supercharge their daily workflows. Take some notes here. For text generation and natural language processing, we have heavy hitters like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude. For visual content, we're leveraging incredible text-to-image synthesizers like Midjourney, DALL-E, and Canvas AI features. And for video and audio, tools like Sora, Runway, and Descript are totally revolutionizing editing. These are your new daily instruments. Section 4. Keeping humans in the loop. This brings us to the absolute core motif of this explainer. Okay, we have all these incredibly powerful tools at our fingertips, but how do we use them safely? The secret is that AI is our sweet collaborator, not our replacement. Here is the highly actionable step-by-step framework to safely integrate AI into your workflows. Step 1 is preparation. This is where you, the human, define the brand voice, set the goals, and do preemptive fact-checking. Step 2 is content generation. You flex your prompt optimization skills and let the AI do the heavy lifting of generating initial drafts. And finally, Step 3. Post-production. This is the non-negotiable phase where deep editing, human synthesis, and final evaluation happen. You initiate the vision, and you polish the final product. And you know you can trust this framework because it's deeply backed by direct insights from a beautifully diverse qualitative research sample. Sutherland's research synthesized perspectives from 10 international scholars, 14 representatives from AI tools, and 16 on-the-ground practitioners. They literally gathered data from all sides of the industry, the theorists, the software builders, and the everyday users. So this represents a truly holistic, battle-tested approach. Section 5. The future of communication. Get ready because we are going to playfully gaze into the crystal ball here. Let's move to and see how this builds across our projected timeline. Right now, in the present day, we are mastering narrow intelligence and generative tools. In the near future, research points to a massive increase in purely data-driven strategic decisions powered by AI analytics. As we move to the mid-future, we expect invisible AI integration, where AI becomes so seamlessly baked into our software that we don't even actively notice we're using it. And in the distant future, we are looking at post-singularity predictions. That's a fascinating sci-fi-esque world where AI's capabilities could fundamentally alter the very nature of human communication. So, the crucial point is that we truly do not know the ultimate scale of what is coming. Whether the future brings gentle, helpful waves that just streamline our daily tasks, or a massive, disruptive tsunami that redefines our entire global industry, joyful preparation and a solid framework are our best defenses. By keeping humans right in the loop, you ensure that your strategic communication remains authentic, ethical, and incredibly effective, no matter what hits the shore. Which brings us to the big question. Will you step up, learn these tools, and expertly ride this AI wave to new heights of creativity? Or will you ignore the changing tides and risk being swept away? The choice is entirely yours. Armed with this structured knowledge, you have everything you need to confidently take charge of your own AI journey. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will see you next time.